Have you ever wanted to feel nothing at all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have you ever wished that you could just shut it all out? 54, 55, 56, 57. Every day it's the same thing, the same words, the same pain. You just get so tired of it. So you run away. You run away from everything that's hurting you, just to find yourself running right into another web of the same shit. 332, 333, 334, 335. No matter how much you run, you can't escape the pain. So why not just stop running? Why not just fall instead? 2,612, 2,613, 2,614, 2,615. But your body will fight you. Your body will always claw, tear, and scream. 4,465, 4,466, 4,467, 4,368. You must live. 5,000.
How can you expect to be able to live when you're so weak? I mean, come on, think about it for a second. Isn't it your weakness that got you in this situation to begin with? I mean, come on. Would the bullies really be able to treat you like they did if you were strong? Would people be able to look at you with eyes of such pity if you were just strong? By the way, this thing isn't even on. I'm using my garbage cell phone mic because I'm really lazy. Anyway, enjoy the video.
Holy Land is a manga that I fucking adore. It's a manga about this little feller by the name of Kamishiro Yu. And when we meet him at the start of the manga, he's in the process of getting raw. Or not. You see, through a routine of 5,012 air punches a day, little Yu here has basically perfected the art of the 1-2. So, to petty thieves like this guy, he's kind of a force to be reckoned with. You see, Yu has realized that you need strength to live. If you want a place in this world, you have to fight for it. So, he needs to be strong enough to do that. Because more than anything else, he really just wants a place in this world. And after beating this guy up, it seems he's starting to get a place in this world. And that starts with him being rumored as the Thug Hunter. This rumor spreads around the streets and people start taking it as a challenge. Some scrawny little kid being called the Thug Hunter? Please. That one time he beat that guy up must have been a fluke. He must have been some weakling after all. And that's what they think. But he quickly proves this wrong. But he angers the wrong people in the process, resulting in him ending up in a fight against this really massive fucking guy. This is Iwado, a legitimate practicer of judo. Unlike the thugs Yu has taken down before, this guy actually knows how to fight. Yu realizes this and I'm gonna be honest, he's scared shitless. He tries his best to run away, but there's people on all sides making sure he stays in the fight. So, as a cornered animal with nowhere left to go, he fights. But as I said before, Iwado has experience. He's not gonna go down that easily. The truth of the matter is that Yu was only really allowed to throw these punches because Iwado was underestimating him. But that's not a mistake he'll make twice. As Yu keeps throwing the same punches, Iwado easily sways them away as if they're fucking nothing. This makes Yu scared again. All he knows is punching, so if that won't work, what the fuck can he do? He goes back to what he was doing at the start of the fight, running away. But since Iwado is no longer underestimating him, he's not gonna let that mistake go unpunished. He grabs Yu and slams him into the ground. The fight is over. But even so, Yu stands up. Even with absolutely no cards up his sleeve, he stands up. Because he's not afraid of pain. What really scares him is the idea that he might lose his place in this world. So now with a firm resolve, he stands back up to fight again. No more running away. And maybe that's all he needs to win. He knows from the last throw that Iwado will start by grabbing his right sleeve when going for a throw, which will stop him from punching a straight. I just realized I never actually explained what a 1-2 is. Okay, let's do that really quick. So 1-2 is basically the two most basic boxing attacks put together in a short combo. First, you jab with your left hand, and then you throw straight with your right. Now, jabs aren't very strong on their own, but they can create a good opening for you to lead in with your straight, which is where the actual power comes in. So, how will you be able to win if he can't throw a straight? All he can do is throw low-power jabs over and over again. Well, he's not really worried about that right now. All he knows is that he needs to throw as many jabs as he can before he gets thrown. And maybe, just maybe, he won. He switched his stance. He hyper-focused so much on getting as many hits with his left hand as he could that when he lost balance from getting grabbed by Iwado, he just instinctively switched his stance and was able to hit a strong left straight. This right here is the start of Yu's new life, his new place in this world. No, none of these feel quite right. I think in reality what this is the start of Yu's new addiction. The feeling of being in a fight is hard to really explain. Your blood is pumping, sweat is running down your face. You can feel the adrenaline circulating through your veins. You see, this might seem unexpected coming from a motherfucker who talks about anime and manga on the internet, but I'm someone who has a long history of violence and fighting. When I was younger, I followed a very similar way of thinking as you. I thought I needed to be strong to have a place in this world. I thought I couldn't live unless I was strong. And so, I got strong. Strong enough to beat up anyone I wanted, really. I mean, I was pretty young, so there wasn't many kids that could really fight. And definitely not many that went out of their way to train their fucking muscles just for fighting. That's just not something kids do or should be doing. But the thing is, answering violence with violence just creates more violence. And I know you've heard that a million times before, but I'm not talking just into the world. But I'm not talking about bringing more violence into the world. I'm also talking about the violence that you bring inside of you. As a kid, I was never really a violent person. Until I was attacked for the first time and I fought back. Just like you, I just got strong so I could defend myself. But that's never where it ends. Chapter 79. Yu is on his way to meet one of his friends, Shogo Midorikawa, who was once someone who fought and then lost to Yu, before then becoming friends with him because he admired his strength. Shogo along with Shin are Yu's two closest friends, and he loves them very dearly. But Shogo, being a fighter who has a lot of pride in his skill, losing to Yu did hurt his pride a decent amount. But he could overlook it as they were such good friends. But lately, Yu has been picking up more and more techniques, specifically kicks. And Shogo, coming from a background of karate where kicks are more prevalent than other fighting sports, I think that's what you call them, martial arts, whatever, you get it. Anyway, this makes Shogo feel even more inferior than he already did. How is Yu using the same kicks it took him years to learn so easily and so effectively? He just can't accept this. He can't accept being inferior to someone like you. which is why Yu is here under this bridge now. He's here not just to meet Shogo and hang out, but to fight him. And as much as he wants to pretend this isn't what he wants, as much as he thinks he's trying his best to avoid fighting his friend, the look in his eyes tell the truth. Even against his own friend, someone he loves, he can look at him with the goal of absolute destruction in mind. This strength he supposedly only acquired for self-defense is now being turned against his own loved one. His violence sent to hurt his own friend. And it does. You! No! Stop! He looks down towards his friend, who now lays lifeless on the ground. He asks himself, what did I do? This is the truth of violence. Even if it starts with self-defense, it can become intoxicating. It can become an addiction that sucks you down to the same level as the people you tried so hard to protect yourself from. As a kid, I got strong. I got strong enough to defend myself. But that's when I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to be strong enough to live, strong enough to have a place in this world. The thing with both you and me is that at a certain point, even if you're technically acting in self-defense, the truth is that you put yourself in that situation to begin with. You put yourself in a situation where you know you could get hurt, so you can convince yourself violence is the only way out. And then you walk away after hurting someone, feeling proud of yourself for defending yourself. It's fucking bullshit! You hurt that person, and you fucking liked it. You hurt that person and it felt so fucking good. This is how you turn into a violent person. Eventually, it just seems easier to resolve your problems with violence. If someone isn't listening, you just make them. If someone isn't respecting you, you just make them. If someone isn't leaving you the fuck alone, you make them. If someone isn't loving you, you fucking make them. Violence begets violence. When I put violence in the world, more violence came back at me. When I put violence in the world, that violence stayed within me. It stayed within me and shaped me until I looked at the mirror and all I saw looking back at me was the same monster I'd been training to defend myself from. Violence. There's no satisfaction in violence. There's only hunger, pain, and fear. Hunger for more violence. Pain being inflicted upon others and upon yourself. And fear. Fear on the faces of those around you. Eventually, you look around, and when the eyes of pity that at the end of the day came from a place of love, have turned into eyes of fear. Have you won? Sure, you're strong, but what else do you have? Violence will give you strength. Sure, but not real strength. Not strength anyone will look up to you for. Not strength that'll make you feel good. Not strength that can protect. Just strength that can destroy. Just strength that will rip away everything else you had. Until all that is left is your own reflection. But when you look into that, when you look in the mirror, can you even recognize what you see anymore?